Time to nut up or shut up.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wes Grind. You're watching Sub Urban Nerd. This channel I give my nerd reviews. On today's nerd news, also give movie reviews. And today's movie review I'm giving is Zombieland. Double Tap. Yes, Zombieland Double Tap. This is a movie that we all wanted 8 years ago, but I'm happy we still got it. And if you guys have never seen one of my reviews, I pretty much give you my overall feeling of the movie, then I go into the positives, some negatives, then I give a grade at the end of the movie, and that's how I do it. So, I'm just gonna start off by saying I like this movie a lot. I enjoyed myself, and it was just fun in general. Now, if you guys don't know what the premise of this movie is, the movie takes place 10 years after the original Zombieland, with the same characters: Abigail Breslin playing Little Rock, you've got Jesse Eisenberg playing Columbus, you've got Woody Harrelson playing Tallahassee, and you got Emma Stone playing Wichita. Now, who would have thought that the people from that movie 10 years ago or whatever are all now like Oscar people? Like, you got 3 Oscar nominees and 1 Oscar winner. Like, goddamn, really? Like, who would have thought that? But still, they came back together to do this movie because they really enjoyed themselves. They had fun. You could definitely tell it watching this movie. The premise of the story with this movie is Wichita. She feels a little off because it's been 10 years that they've been living together, which you see them get themselves into the White House. So you've got Wichita having a romantic relationship with Columbus. They're, snuggled together. And Little Rock, she's by herself. Only one she has is Tallahassee, who is pretty much the father figure. So Little Rock and Wichita, they pretty much split and take the men's shit just like they did in the first movie. They take the piece of car, then they dip off, leaving like a note. Then they run into a hippie that doesn't fight, just walks around playing the guitar, non-violent, and then they travel, and apparently Little Rock runs off with him with the car, leaves a note for Wichita. So Wichita comes back to get weapons or whatever, but pretty much still kind of trying to see him, whatever. But the story is they go on a journey to find Little Rock. That's the premise of this movie. Now, the movie actually it has a certain beat or rhythm that it follows. It's like they get into a scuffle, a little action scene, then they're on the road, and then they find their own place, get into an action scene, then on the road. And though it is sort of like formulaic or it's simple, like the first movie was pretty much constant action. This one is a little bit more, but I think I might enjoy this one a little bit more because the guest appearances, or not guest appearances, but the characters that introduced in this movie, like what is her name, Zoe Dolch, or whatever how you pronounce it. She pretty much almost steals the show from me because her personality is so opposite of theirs. They're kind of hardened in a way, with a little comedic thing, but they're kind of hardened because they've been dealing with these zombies. They've been killing the zombies. She hasn't really killed the zombies like that. She's pretty much found a way to survive in the mall and just living in the freezer. So when she runs into Columbus, first person ever, like in like a year or something like that, she wants to jump on his bones, and he sort of lets her. But the character, the way Zoe Dolch, or whatever you pronounce it, the way she plays it, it's just so fun. And when you see it in the commercials, it looks like she's just gonna be some ditzy person that really has no purpose in a movie. But when you're watching this movie, you enjoy seeing her. She actually saves people once in a while, even though it's like she is very simple, but at the same time it's very likable. It's like you can't help but like, she's just such a positive. She's such a positive ray in this movie of such cynical people. And you've got the gorgeous Rosario Dawson. Like, oh my god, like if there was anyone I'd leave anyone for, it'd be for Rosario Dawson, which I think she's dating a senator, Booker, or whatever his name is, which I don't know how that happened, but regardless, she's in here. Whenever she's in a movie, she's badass. She always looks badass. She always looks sexy, and she's still on top of the game in this movie. And you've got Luke Wilson, who he shows up for a brief moment, and the scene that they're in, you think it's gonna be like, okay, stupid, but in the end, it kind of works, and you like that he's in there because it's sort of like a parallel, like it's almost like a mirror of Jesse Eisenberg and Woody Harrelson's character, but by different people. And then when they meet, then one like the kid has the commandments as opposed to the rules, and that is really good. Just seeing that whole thing. The movie is very comedic, has very good funny moments, a lot of funny moments, even though it's like in this dark thing. And this movie, I don't know how good it's gonna do because it's in a time when we have Walking Dead and we have 2 Walking Dead movies, and we have all like Shaun of the Dead. We have all these zombie movies, all these zombie shows, and like Just Strain and all these other things. But it's still nice to watch. You know, you still enjoy yourself watching this thing. Now, I will give you my sort of negatives. One of my negatives is that it seems like the Tallahassee, I could have sworn he was more edgy. It's like they toned him down for the sake of the world we're in now. Like, you can't say these remarks because it might be too racist or something like that. And so his remarks seem kind of generic, and they don't seem like the way it was in the first movie. So it's like they want to keep him same, but except they want to keep him a little PG or something like that. Not PG-13, I guess, something like that. But it seems like he would have said a whole lot more like off the top stuff if it was 10 years ago than he is now. That being said, still fun character, still fun to watch him. Watch Woody Harrelson take off and kill these zombies in his own way. And then the other thing that I had issues with is these rules, right? I'm sorry, but one of my rules would be keep your distance. Because the opening scene when they're going to the White House and going up, and then Tallahassee's got a crowbar, and then I'm sorry, but in my mind it's like if blood gets on you or in your mouth or in any orifice, you're gonna turn, regardless of a bite or not. But they get so close up and blood splattering, and I'm like, yo, you guys would not be alive. You wouldn't be alive in this scenario with how close you get to these zombies. I'm sorry, that isn't how it works, or in my mind. That being said, that's what kind of drew it down for me, just a little bit. But overall, like I said, it's still fun. The scene once it gets to the end, like just like the carnival in the first one, you have the scene with the Babylon, and it's just like over the top, and them showing like peace-loving people melting down the guns, which it still blows my mind. Like, I guess so no one goes and takes their weapons, maybe, but at the same time, like they really think the zombies. But I guess they're closed off, so they don't know about these crazy T-100, T-1000 zombies that are like almost unstoppable. So I guess that's why they're just taking it. If it's the slow zombies, like the homers that they call, I guess they don't really have to worry, which is why they melt down these weapons. But that's why it shows that you need a Tallahassee or something, because it helps you survive. But at the same time, not everyone's nice like Tallahassee. People that want to kill zombies like Tallahassee might be like a dictator, want to just take over the whole thing, and like army. So I can understand their part. So I definitely enjoyed the movie. I understand why people did what they did, but at the same time, my little gripes, which is why this isn't a perfect score. But if you guys want to know my grade for this movie, it's a B+, because I enjoyed myself, very entertaining. The characters in this movie were just so likable, all of them. Even like there's a Zoe Dutch person, like I just liked her. Wichita, you could see why she was being cynical, because like, yo, this chick comes out of nowhere with your man, even though you broke his heart, left him, but you still love him. And it's still fun seeing all these characters come back together, do what they gotta do, because zombie movies are zombies. I try not to watch these things because it irritates. I can't watch Walking Dead because people do such stupid things just for the sake of plot and to progress the movie, and I'm not down for that. But this movie, it works. It works really well. So that's pretty much my review for this movie. I say you go watch it and check it out, because it's worth, especially if you have A-list, whatever. Check it out. It's worth your time, worth your money. And if anything, remember to comment down below. Remember to talk, because if I want to hear what your thoughts on about the movie. Also, remember to like this video. Remember to subscribe. Check out my last movie review. Check out my playlist movie reviews. Remember, I'm Wiskret. You've been watching Suburban Nerd, and you've just been notified. Catch you guys on the next movie review.